Name is Mahmood Qureshi, teacher of PS Sheikh Mullah Kandi, clubbed with UPS Kandi Bala. Today is 22nd of May 2020. Dear students, today our topic is The Little Girl, taken from 7th class English textbook. The Little Girl is a short story written by Catherine Mansfield. This story is about a little girl whose feeling for her father changed from fear to understanding. Will probably find an echo in every home. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded, "Goodbye, father." And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. Hall means a big room. "Bring my tea into the drawing room. Has not the paper means newspaper, came yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slipper." Kezia, mother would call to her, "If you are a good girl, you come down and take off father's boot." Slowly the girl would slip down the stairs, more slowly still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. "Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them aside. Have you been a good girl today?" "I don't know, father." She never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the word properly. He was so big, his hand and his neck, especially his mouth. When he was yawned, thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. One day when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make a pincushion for a gift, but of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. But what to fill in it was the question. The grandmother in the garden, and she wanted into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. On the bed table she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper, gathered them up, tore them into tiny pieces, and stuffed her case, then sewed up the fourth side. That night there was hue and cry in the house. Father's great speech for the port authority had been lost. Rooms were searched, servants questioned. Finally mother came into Kezia's room. "Kezia," mother asked her, did she see some papers lying on a table in her mother's room? "Oh yes," said I, "tore them up for my surprise." "What?" screamed mother. Come straight to the dining room, and she was dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro, hands behind his back. "Well," she said sharply. Mother explained. "Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damn thing." Then father came into her room with a ruler in his hands. "I'm going to beat you for this," he said. "Oh no, no," she screamed, and hiding under the bedclothes he pulled them aside. "Sit up," he ordered. Down come the ruler on her little pink palms. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her into a rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. What did God make fathers for? She sobbed. Here a clean hanky, darling. Blow your nose, go to sleep. You will forget all about it in the morning. I tried to explain to your father, but he was upset to listen tonight. But he never forget. But the girl never forget. Next morning, she saw him quickly. When she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back, and red color flew into her cheeks. Suddenly, one day, mother became ill. She and grandmother went to hospital. The little girl left alone in the house with Alice, the cook. That was all right in the daytime. While Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. What will I do if I have a nightmare? She asked. I often had nightmare. And then Granny takes me into the bedroom. I can't stay in dark. It all get whispery. You go to sleep, child, said Alice, pulling off her socks. And don't you scream and wake your poor pa. But the same old nightmare came. The butcher with a knife and a robe would come nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma. She woke shivering to see father beside her bed, a candle in his hand. What the matter? He said. Oh, a butcher, a knife, I want, Granny. He blew out the candle, bent down, caught up the child in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. He lay down beside her.